Alright, this should be a pretty quick video. I just wanted to showcase. It's probably not too practical a lot of times, but there might be some situations in which you could go this route, but it's mostly within the normal gear I've been running, just to kind of show off some of the items real quick. So I usually go back and forth between Neko and Warpire, so I just switched to Warpire today. I'm waiting on the Grenwog to be released because I want to get something and test to see how the Warpire Bat Swarm guest interacts with Nature's Reclamation. But anyway, so obviously I keep this armor for initiative. I guess initiative's a little bit more important now with the stat revamp. Still, it's a Lucky Beast Mage. Still, I'm using Phase Wanderer with Creature 72 on getting Panic and then just healing my SP and MP. And then I'm either stacking, it gives me a chance to use this. I can stack the Ellie shields with Geocastellum. Also, another thing that I'm doing is healing myself with Shadowrend Membrane. I'm also able to stack the shield cakes, getting Celerity, Hypercrit. Also, there is a feature that I guess I'll showcase real quick on the shield cakes that probably not a lot of people use because they don't think it's a big deal, but I'll demonstrate how it'll add up here. But one of the things I'm going to showcase, actually, shout out to AQ-2 for convincing me to do this and try it, but I'm going to show a combined stack here. So I've got the Azame Marble Guardian Golem. You can do various miscellaneous items to either change its element. I think there's a heal runestone, a chi barrier runestone, which is what I'm going to demonstrate, and there's some others. Like I think there's a paralyzed one. There might be a poison one, which I haven't messed with those. I don't usually mess too much around with poison or paralyzed. So what I'm going to show real quick. Alright, so I'm hopping Spell Slingers. I've got the Mana Defender shield, so the combination of these two is going to stack after I cast a spell. But I'm going to equip the Supreme Azame Chi shield Misk. One of the nice things about it is its MP upkeep, which I really like. So instead of attacking, this guy's going to give me a Chi barrier. So I'm going to have a Chi barrier from him and a hit point barrier here. And I'll show how. So I'm up to 898 on my hit point barrier, and then the Chi shield is 729 there. So they're not really able to escape that. Hit point barrier is now 1286. Chi barrier's up to 1526. And then another thing you can do is hop over to Archmage. So this is going to actually be an MP barrier, so it's a different kind. So now we've got 3 listed here: a Mana shield, a Chi shield, and a normal barrier. Looks like it's taken it out of the Mana barrier first. So as you can see, I've got a pretty quick stack. They're not going to be able to get through this. So if you're able to maybe do some damage some other ways, like maybe you have a guest that, which I don't have the guest on any kind of crazy damaging mode here. I guess what I could do here is Prime Chaos Orb this guy over to Darkness. Make sure I re-equip this guy. And then these just build up. Just let your guest do the damage. Like if you're really needing to tank something, this is probably the way to go. I'll do it one more time. Alright, so let's start off in Necromancer. One thing we could do is we could do celerity. And then I'll just do this for now. So the normal barrier is now 2,000. It's not even listing the, hopefully when that Celeritas guest falls off, it'll show it here. Made a mistake. Alright, this got the cheese shield here. I'm so used to doing Frostfall Crown that I just guess at this point it's a reflex. Alright, I guess since I fucked that up, let's do it one more time and then I'll move on to the shield cakes. This Frost Berserker's no joke, especially the level 150 version. Alright. So it's a quick 1,000 hit point barrier. Then we've got a pretty good chi shield. Let's do it again. So now we've got three of them listed. I took off my mana barrier there. So as you can see, this guy hits pretty hard and they're not able to get through the barrier. Finally getting through it, but if I switch this guy to panic, it's going to reduce their damage by quite a bit, and that'll stack. Alright, so I'm going to do the stat trainers for this, because I think you'll be able to see this next part will be pretty obvious. Alright, so we've got the shield cakes, which a lot of people have, but I'd be willing to bet they don't use this guy here. You click it, and it says 51 damage reduction per hit. You switch over and you click the same thing, and now it's become 102. Alright. The practice trainer might be a bad example. Yeah, because the accuracy is so bad. I might have to go to a normal mod. this guy's going to show you there's damage 308 and 314 there. Let's do a damage reduction there. And let's use the... Alright. So that's 102. So we'll show this off real quick. You should notice the reduced damage here. Okay, so you've got 0 now. So now it says 51 at 0 turns. Now it's listed 3 times. Go back here. Now it's listed 4 times. So if you notice, it won't fall off until after he attacks. It's still there. So those 0 rounds, so you've got it at, let's see, you've actually got it at 204 damage per turn. And it's only 5 charges. So again, this is 400 damage off per turn. 200 damage off per turn. See, no damage to me. And this monster is not a cakewalk. So there you have it. There's some ways to, if you combine this with what I showed you there, some ways to reduce damage greatly. This is why I feel like when you use the Ellie shield, some of these other ways to reduce damage, that it's more effective than blocking. I know a lot of the game is all into the blocking meta, but to be honest with you, there's no guarantee, and then even against auto hit, I think at the end of the day, reducing damage through elemental resistances or Ellie shields or a variety of ways is, at the end of the day, is going to be the most powerful way to reduce damage. And that's why I think probably no matter what staff does to endurance, I think that there's ways to mitigate not having endurance. And to me, it's I know they're trying to help it out with the stat revamp, but I still think it's going to be the weakest stat just because of the ways that you can mitigate not having full endurance.